Hi everyone, James Jacobs here from Jadu. Welcome to another video where I'll be giving you simple, easy to follow advice on how you can make your web content more accessible. In this video we're going to be looking at links, which are, without a doubt, one of the most important features of the web, perhaps second only to content itself. Whether you're a web developer or a content creator, having accessible links is vital to ensure everyone can navigate to and understand your content regardless of how they choose to interact with your site. Here's 10 tips on how you can make your links more accessible. Number 1. Use meaningful link text. Link text should be concise and make it clear where the link leads. Links should make sense when read in isolation. For example, when using a screen reader and tabbing through the page, or when listing all of the links on the page. Ideally, they should match or be similar to the target page's title, what's displayed in the browser window, or the page's H1, the heading level 1. A good example of meaningful link text would be swimming timetable, as it's clear where the link would lead. A bad example would be click here, as it's unclear where the link would lead. Using meaningful link text makes a huge difference in the experience that screen reader users have when navigating on the web. Let me give you an example using the Mac VoiceOver screen reader as to why meaningful link text is so important. On this fictitious health and fitness page, we have a number of links, all using meaningful link text. Let's see how that sounds in VoiceOver.
Link, benefits of cold water. Link, guide to stretching. Link, train to run a 10k. Link, how to squat.
As you can see, it's quite obvious where those links would lead. If I use a feature called the VoiceOver Rotor, which allows me to list the links on a page, let's see how that sounds.
Links menu. Link, benefits of cold water. Link, guide to stretching. Link, train to run a 10k.
Again, it's really obvious where those links will lead. If we look at this page, which uses the same content, however this time the links all use ambiguous click here link text. Let's see how that sounds in VoiceOver.
VoiceOver on Safari, latest news, link, click here, main, link, click here, link, click here, link, click here.
Impossible to tell where those links will lead, and again if we open the rotor to list the links on the page.
Links menu. Link, click here, link, click here, link, click here.
Very unhelpful. So always use meaningful and descriptive link text. Number 2, don't rely on surrounding context. Something we don't want to do is rely on surrounding text to give our links context. Although technically allowed at a WCAG A and AA level for links surrounded by text, avoid relying on surrounding text to provide context for links, as again, this doesn't help screen reader users when listening to links in isolation. Often, this is as simple as linking part of a sentence, rather than just adding a link at the end. A good example would be a link with the text "How to advertise on this page," which would make sense read in isolation. A bad example would be the paragraph text "To advertise on this page," and then a link with the text "Click here," as again, click here would not make sense in isolation. Number 3. Avoid lengthy link text. Which of these links is easier to understand? Click here. Read more about how we want to hear your views on how we can improve our housing service and ensure our services best meet the needs of tenants and leaseholders now and into the future. Or number 3, how council tax money is used. Hopefully you said the third option. The first doesn't describe where the link leads. The second is difficult for anyone to understand. Long links can also be tedious for screen reader users who have to hear them read aloud. Number 4. Don't include action verbs. People know how to activate links, so avoid adding the following to link text. Click here to, tap here to, open this link to. It's redundant and degrades the meaning of our link text. Number 5. Front load where necessary. When listing links with repeated words, try to place the unique information first. For example, if we had a long list of links where each link pointed at a volunteering page in a certain area, these may read something like about volunteering opportunities in Leicester, about volunteering opportunities in Nottingham. If we front load these, the link text can be made much more concise and work better as Leicester volunteering, Nottingham volunteering. So place the unique information first and simplify the link where possible. Number 6. Never use URLs in link text. Firstly, it sounds awful in a screen reader. For example, hearing https://www. and so on. Many URLs are not human readable and contain machine-generated strings of random characters. For example, www.acme.co.uk/A8S76/DA and so on. That's how a screen reader user would hear the link. Also, it's not always obvious by using a URL as link text where the link will lead. For example, can you tell where this Amazon link leads? The link reads www.amazon.co.uk/safety-adjustable-seat-attachable purple/DP/B01L81CL HO/REF equals SR_1_47. Now, I read that out on purpose to give you an idea of how tedious it would sound to a screen reader user. For reference, the link points to a dog car seat belt adapter. Number 7. Ensure links don't rely only on colour. It should be obvious when a link is a link, either from the link's position on a page or from its visual appearance. It's especially important that when a link is surrounded by plain text, that the link includes a secondary visual identifier. For example, if we had this text, which reads, "From the available search engines, Google is my favourite," and Google is coloured in blue with the surrounding text coloured in black. Now, if Google was a link here, and the only way to perceive that link was via the blue colour, people that couldn't perceive that blue colour would be at a disadvantage. In this example, all the text appears the same, and it's hard, if not impossible, to tell that Google is indeed a link. So what we need to do is add a secondary visual cue to that link, which is generally an underline. This allows people that can't perceive the colour difference a secondary visual cue to signify that that text may indeed be a link. Number 8. Avoid opening links in new tabs. It's rarely a good idea to open links in new tabs as it can disorient users. Leave the choice and the control with the user. Depending on the device, there are multiple ways in which you can open a link in a new tab. If we force everyone to open a link in a new tab, we remove that choice, and we're expecting every user to like what we may like, and there's nothing they can do about it. We should only open links in new tabs when strictly necessary, for example, for security reasons. And if you have to do this, you must inform the user ahead of time by including text such as opens in a new tab in the visual link text. Number 9. Never disable focus indicators. So focus indicators allow sighted users to see which element has keyboard focus and which will receive keyboard input. You can see these by tabbing through a site using your keyboard, pressing the tab key, and you should see something similar to an outline that surrounds an interactive element when it has keyboard focus. If the keyboard indicator is disabled, for example by adding outline none to the CSS, it becomes almost impossible to navigate the site via a keyboard, as you can't tell which interactive element has keyboard focus and will therefore receive keyboard input. These screenshots are some examples from various fairly high-profile websites in the UK. In each screenshot, one of the elements has keyboard focus. However, the developers have taken the decision to disable focus styles. This results in it being incredibly difficult to navigate the site and select the element that you want to select via the keyboard. Number 10. Use alt text to label image links. When a link wraps an image and there is no other text in the link, the image's alternative text is used for the link's accessible name, which is what a screen reader user will hear when navigating to the link or when listing links on a page. In these situations where an image is linked, avoid describing the image, as this could result in potentially confusing link text for screen readers users. For example, here we have the markup for a link pointing at an apply for a passport page. Within the link, there is an image of a passport. The passport image has the alternative text, a blue British passport. In a screen reader, this may sound something like link, a blue British passport, which doesn't describe the destination for the link. Instead, we should use the image's alt text to label the link. In this example, we have the same link pointing at an apply for a passport page. However, this time, the passport image's alt text reads renew your passport. In a screen reader, this makes much more sense, because the link will be announced as link renew your passport. Okay, so let's recap what we've covered. Number 1, use meaningful link text. Avoid click here, read more, and other ambiguous link text. Number 2, don't rely on surrounding text to provide context for links. Make sure your links make sense in isolation. Number 3, avoid overly lengthy link text. Number 4, don't include action verbs such as click here or tap here. Number 5, front load where necessary by placing the unique information in repetitive links at the start and simplifying where possible. Number 6, never use URLs as link text, as these are difficult for everyone to understand. Number 7, ensure links don't rely only on colour. Include a secondary visual cue, such as an underline, especially when the link is surrounded by plain text. Number 8, avoid opening links in new tabs, except where necessary, for example, for security reasons. And where you have to, do include some text within the link, such as opens in a new tab. Number 9, never disable focus indicators, as this makes sites almost impossible to use for keyboard-only users. Number 10, use alternative text on an image to label image links. Don't just describe the image itself. Okay, that about covers it for today. I hope you found the video useful, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.